Welcome to the Get Throwed podcast. I'm your host, Seth, also known as Pink.
I'm Kevin, also going by Butters.
So, Kev, welcome to the first episode to our podcast. Also, welcome anyone who may be listening. Thank you. Fuck you. We love you.
I don't give a shit if you're here or not. Your job is not to feel some type of way, but to listen to what we say and then tell your friends about how you felt some type of way when we did not listen.
Give us money.
Yeah, give me your money.
Please, all the money. We need it.
You don't understand, guys. I am poor.
So, for the first episode, we don't really have a plan. We just we have some articles here that I was going to send to Mr. Butters here. However, his computer shit out on him. So instead, it's gonna be like a reaction video, except instead of a video, you're gonna listen to him talk shit.
I hope you enjoy it because most people don't enjoy it when I talk shit.
So this is a story all about how our lives got turned upside down. I just want to take a minute, if you guys would just sit right there, and I'll tell you how we became the prince on air. Oh, that one was a freestyle.
That one was so cheesy. I swear that some cat, rat out of Ratatouille dug it out of the garbage. It was just like, this is just what I wanted for dinner. Some trash,
bro. That was complete and total freestyling. I don't know what you're talking about. That it had never been come up until I said it.
Bro, the only thing that those bars were better than was Nick Cannon's attempt to clap at fucking Eminem, because that shit was straight garbage, bro. That shit was so bad. Did you even listen to it?
No, I definitely did. I listened because I actually heard about it a little late because, the MGK thing happened. And I just thought everyone was like, they made a joke out of it, like, oh, who's next? Fucking Nick Cannon. But I thought it was a joke, but he actually went.
No, he actually went out and was like, it'd be really cool since, Mariah left me. I've already lost the only thing that made the bread in the house. How do I make some more money? Oh, I bet you people would pay millions to listen to my own eulogy that I write. Let me go ahead and write this clap at fucking Eminem. And the man didn't even have to write a diss track back. At least MGK can say not only one did he stand up to one of the goats. We can all at least argue that he is a living goat. But MGK was, of enough stature and had enough weight and rank in the world of hip hop.
No. You can't sit there and say that MGK had enough to be like, oh, yeah, I'm almost on the same level as you. No, sir.
No, I'm not saying that, but he had enough, weight in the hip hop industry for at least Eminem to feel like, all right, I'll at least give you, a response. Nick Cannon didn't even get that. His shit was that garbage. He didn't get a response on Twitter. He didn't get a response on the bars, on an album, nothing. This MGK got a diss on Kamikaze and then again in Kill Shot after he dropped Rap Devil. Which, don't get me wrong, yeah, there's a lot of shit to hate on Rap Devil with because, he did have a ghostwriter help him write that shit. However, I'll give the man and I'll commend the man for, at least holding his own and stepping up and saying, you know what, you want to say fuck me on your album, I'll go ahead and I'll drop a track here in 3 days, say fuck you back.
And then he died.
Yeah,
and then he died. The fight ended very quickly.
The fight ended very quickly after that because you you stood up to someone who just reads a dictionary for fun, bro. You think this man ain't rehearsed on his spare time how to fuck you up on just a whim? Just meet you in the street and for whatever reason it's just like, oh shit, it's a rap battle. You didn't think that he came prepared to just have bars in the arsenal strapped on deck, just ready to fire and fuck your life up? Nah, of course he does. Man just knows words like that. You can't fuck with someone like that.
Can't fuck with somebody like that. Speaking of things that we can't fuck with, I'm going to go ahead and start the first article. This is a softball for you. It's a very, very short one. I think it's literally a paragraph, but it doesn't matter because of what it says. So, I'm not like a super big pizza connoisseur. I like what I like, and that's about it. Now, there's a humongous argument that pineapples belong on pizza. No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No, they do not.
Yes, they do.
Okay, well, that argument aside, it's apparently in where the fuck is this place? Hold on. In New York. In New York, a new fruit is being added onto pizza. You want to take a fucking wild stab at what the fuck is going on pizza these days?
Oranges.
No, it's a kiwi. They call them green pepperonis.
I have so much. There's so much wrong with that.
Right? Oh, no. I take it back. It's not from New York. New York Post is the one that posted it, but it's from Denmark. People in Denmark.
Oh, as if South Park didn't shit on them enough with their whole episode of, we're Denmark, we'll create something that brings out the trolls because we're such terrified babies that we can't handle someone talking shit just to get aroused. Nah, let's be even more shit people, and we'll go ahead and put kiwis on our pizza like some degenerate fucks. Who thought that was a good idea? Like, strawberry kiwi. That sounds good. These are both two really sweet things. We mix them together, you know. That sounds like a pretty good drink. That sounds really good? Let's take the, like, kind of almost bitterness, depending on how you like your pizza, but kind of bitterness into, of marinara, and, the tartness of everything that goes into a pizza.
Whoa. You're thinking, think of it, right? I'm not defending this in any way, shape, or form at all whatsoever. But at the same time, I mean, it's just the same thought process as fucking pineapple. They're like, oh, super sweet fruit. Let's put it on a savory pizza.
Okay, yes, and I get the idea where it comes from because I like pineapple on my pizza. However,
fucking disgusting.
You're fucking disgusting.
Fucking disgusting.
The thing with kiwi though is it's an acquired taste. Like I don't really.
Kiwi's an acquired taste.
I don't really care for kiwi too much. I like pineapple a lot. I really do. But kiwi is just it's
so
too sweet for me.
Bro, I'm literally the opposite side of the spectrum. I don't like pineapples because I think they're too sweet. And I like kiwis. Don't get me wrong. No, but the article it does make a very valid point. It's like, because this is happening and it's actually getting attention, more fruits can be coming. Like, bro, are you dead ass right now? Are you opening a pack of Gushers right now?
Yes.
Bro. Bro, let's put Gushers on pizza.
No.
No,
God, no. Let's stop that. Let's stop that thought before it begins. I don't need that. Why are you releasing that kind of information and knowledge into the world on this podcast? For anybody who does listen, like, please don't do that. Please
don't wink. Don't do that.
No, there's no wink to that. It's like saying, hey, it'd be really good instead of tortillas if we use fruit roll-ups as our tortillas and just put taco shit in it. Like, no.
Bro.
No, that's not the point that I'm making.
Bro, it is the point. I'm hearing you loud and clear. We got
this. That sounds like an awful time.
So, I meant to ask you this in the car whenever we got the Gushers, but I figured I'd just hold off because I knew we were going to record. So, like, is Gushers, like, your childhood gummy? Is that, like, the one, like, bro, my mom packed me some fucking Gushers in my lunch. That's the shit right there.
What up? Your mama packed you a lunch? What?
Bro, you know what the fuck I'm saying, bro.
You had a mom? What?
No, we had moms. We just didn't have dads, bro. It's cool. It's cool.
Kind of.
Kind of.
Nah, Gushers they hit home for me just because we never really got them. But when we did, they were gone in like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
They didn't last by the end of the day. Me and my brothers would fuck these things up.
No, I hear that. Wait, are they your favorite like gummy?
They're top 3.
Top 3?
Top 3.
What's your number 1?
Welch's.
Welch's? Oh, Welch's are pretty good, but they're not like when I think of my childhood like favorite gummy, bro, like every single time
Flintstones.
like the fucking multivitamins, bro. No.
Yeah, what you talking about, bro? Eat 6 of them bitches in the morning, feeling good all day while you run into the bathroom.
Bro, I'm high off this vitamin B, bro.
Yeah, bro. I took this vitamin B and C this morning. Don't worry. I'll find a chick later. She was asking for the vitamin D. Oh, yeah, you want to make a fucking Fresh Prince of Bel-Air line. Like, bro, you was literally hitting bars that were already written.
No, dude, that was a freestyle. How many times I gotta tell you, motherfucker? No, the one that stands out for me though, bro, it's Fruit by a Foot, bro. I would unroll that shit and take it off the paper and use that shit like some Indiana Jones, bro. I felt so cool. So cool. And speaking of some childhood shit, I'm in college and I went to my English class and they had us, it's a creative writing class, so they had us draw to bring up ideas or something. And they said, draw a memory, like one of your earliest memories or your happiest memories or your favorite memories or anything like that. And so I was like going back in my mind to think of one of my earliest memories. And our buddy Chase, he's in the military right now. He's off and away. But
support to our armed forces. I don't care what branch. Just like,
let's go World War III.
Whoa. No, bro. No.
Poop, bro.
I'm not trying to die today.
But
I'm just kidding. Like, people are freaking out about this whole World War III. Like, oh no, we're going to get drafted. First of all, half of us can't even pass the mental evaluation to be allowed into the military. We're going to get there, and one of 2 things is going to happen. They're going to realize that we're too crazy to be in the military, or they're going to think that we are too crazy to be in the military, and they're going to use us as distraction battalions and then cluster bomb the whole area. Who cares about collateral damage to the government? We're not even real people.
Bro, we just gonna be out there like, kill me now, bro. I don't give a fuck.
Bro, they are fixing to give us aluminum hats and like bendy straw vests and send us out there and be like, yeah, no, you got it, man.
We're gonna be out in Iran going, praise Allah, with them, like to confuse them.
They're gonna be like, I don't understand.
I thought they were against us.
Like, yeah, maybe they realized that they were wrong, while they don't pay attention that Hiroshima and Nagasaki is fixing to drop from them from 10,000 feet from above. And on top of people that dropped the bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, highest KD ratio of all time to date.
Absolute legends.
Lord forbid
have they joined phase yet? Like,
I don't know, but Lord forbid those men ever decide to hop on any of the Modern Warfare, any of them, 1, 2, 3, or the newest one, like any of the chat lobbies for that game.
Oh, so back to what I was saying before we went on this tangent. I like one of my earliest like happy memories. Me and Chase, we used to go out into the woods by his house, and Chase had gotten this book about how to be a wizard, and so we went out into the woods pretending that we were wizards and like trying to cast spells and shit. And we did that for like a solid week until he got a book about dragons, and then we tried to find dragons.
Bro, hold up. So you mean to tell me you went out there, oh, you're a wizard, Harry. And then, like, 2 weeks later, says, oh, you're finally awake. What character are you in Skyrim this time, good fellow?
We were the mages, bro. We were the mages.
Of course, dude. Wait, hold up. Were you talking about, like, dual-handed mage, or did you run in a paladin setup? What's going on here, Chief?
Nah, dude. Okay, so every time I play Skyrim, it always happens like this. I'll start out and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be like a dagger wielding rogue and shit like that, and I'm gonna sneak around, and then I end up with a bow and just shoot everything every single time. Now, the last time, I was like, no, I'm not even gonna pick up a goddamn bow. I'm not gonna pick up any swords. I'm going pure mage. It was bomb. It was so bomb. I never thought...
yeah, no. Dude, okay, so whenever I had my Xbox 360, but I had never hooked it up to internet, ever. So every update that could ever be thought of was non-existent on that thing. And we got Skyrim, and one of the original glitches is if you run out of magic, and then you let off as soon as it ends, and then you re-click it to start using your magic again, it'll go until the bar's completely out, and then it'll keep going as if you have infinite magic.
Ooh.
Me and Tristan blew through the entire, like, story campaign or whatever of Skyrim.
Just doing nothing but constantly.
Just do it. Like, dude, we were walking around like Palpatine in Star Wars. Do it. And we beat the entire, like, actual storyline of, like, the main dragon that you have to go kill in, like, a matter of 2 hours. Like, we walked around just deboing everything. Just,
So, like...
wizard, fireball, Palpatine.
Do you not, like, level up your stuff? Like, or do you have to restart it every single time you do? Or does it just keep going?
No, see, the thing is like, if you...
Excuse me.
Like, we would just, constantly... Like, my destruction magic was unstoppable. I had everything leveled up. But...
Did you do that before the glitch?
No, we did it...
In the process. Okay,
Yeah.
So did it stop at some point? Or
No.
like, oh, no. Okay.
No, it just kept going. Bro, I had destruction and then healing. And then, like, if it became too real, and I was just like... Because I was running around with using nothing but magic. I was a pure mage. Dude, I was running around, one hand healing, looking like I had, like, cerebral palsy syndrome in one hand, arthritis since I've been 3 years old, just like, I'm gonna heal. And the other one looking like I was trying to force shove everything away from me. I look like the statue of the Heisman Trophy. If I just had one knee up, I'd just be, stiff arming everything in my path.
The Star Wars references are strong in this one.
Oh, dude, I love Star Wars so much.
Did you see the new one?
I have not seen the new one, but from what I've heard, it is complete trash. And I'm...
You know, for someone who I'm a big film buff, and I try to take pride in that. And granted, I do get checked sometimes, but I have seen all the Star Wars. I'm not like super into the lore, but I like them movie wise. I've seen all of the new ones. This one was definitely not the worst one. Like,
in your opinion, what's the worst one?
Bro, what the fuck's the second one of the new one? I've shunned it so much out of my mind that I've forgotten.
Oh, Rise of Jedi or some shit like that, or Return of the Jedi.
No. What the fuck is it called? Hold on, I got Google right here. They can help me out real quick. No, because it was the Force Awakens was the first one, not Starbucks near me, and then.
Ooh, Starbucks sounds so smack right now.
The
FYI for anybody that hasn't tried it, the chestnut praline from Starbucks is the closest thing that you're ever gonna taste to what I like to call Santa nut. It's like Santa semen in a cup, but it tastes like Christmas.
The Last Jedi. Trash.
Oh, you're talking about the one where Rey goes and finds Luke Skywalker. She trains underneath him, and then at the end of it, he's standing. Luke Skywalker's hologram is standing out there.
Yeah.
The end scene of that was one of my favorite scenes in all of Star Wars, just because you could see the anger behind Kylo, and the man had a reason and a right to feel betrayed. I will give him that. But the part, the preteen angsty scene phases in me came out whenever I realized how much hatred this man had for Luke Skywalker when he looked at him and said, I need every gun. And not one, not half, not 3/4, every gun to open fire on that man. And then proceeded to scream and tell them to do it. Because they were like, are you sure? No, he was sure. Dude, man, this man dumped a clip. Yeah, do it. This man dumped the clip on Luke Skywalker for like a solid 5 minutes. Dust fades away. He's still there. Doesn't know it's a hologram. It's all a distraction or whatever. However, from what I've seen in the newest one, I think it's the newest one where he defeats Kylo Ren kills.
Hold on. Spoilers, by the way, in case I don't even know if you're right, but all options are right. Spoilers.
And the newest one I think is whenever Kylo Ren kills Emperor Snoke, and
wait, no,
it's not.
That's the second one. Okay, just kidding. He's Gucci.
It's not.
No, because the first one.
Oh, you're right. You're totally right. But anyway, the scene where he does that, where Emperor Snoke's sitting there and he picks up the lightsaber. That shit, the fight scene that falls afterwards is so goddamn trash. Yeah. There's literally a part where she is going and attacking. These guys are running up and attacking her, and it's the guys in the red armor. One of the guys takes one of his weapons, throws it completely out of frame up into his left, and then runs right in, expecting to what were you thinking? What was plan A? I'm going to just throw my weapon over here, and then I'm going to run at the Jedi. This is totally going to work.
What is that over there? Let's go.
I sure do hope I make my mother proud with this decision that I'm making. No. You know what that leads to? Death. Dead immediately. Like literally 2 seconds after the man threw his weapon, he was like on the ground. He flipped backwards, hit the ground, and was dead.
Not only like that fight scene was pretty trash. I mean, like they hype Snoke up to be this like super evil, and then he fucking immediately dies. And then there's a stupid fucking random romance storyline that basically went nowhere. That they basically could have summed up in like one chunk. There was no need for it to be like half of the goddamn movie. Like if it was there and like just sprinkled in, or if it was just one chunk to take away from the rest of it, it probably would have been fine, and it would probably even make it not the worst one.
Wait, are you talking about Kylo Ren and Rey?
No. Fucking the Finn and I don't know, the Asian chick.
Oh, I don't even know. I didn't pay attention to that shit.
Yeah, no. Fucking, basically, he goes to this fucking, like, gambling world, and then they fall in love, and they fucking save some horses. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. That is exactly what that storyline is.
I was about to say, if you're talking about, like, the romance aspect of it had no part, I was going to say, hold up, pack up, because, like, one of the biggest, and don't get me wrong, I'm a hopeless romantic. I have no problem admitting that to anybody. I'm a big sappy gooey fuck. However,
I hate everyone, including myself.
Oh wow! Tell me how you really feel, man.
I just did.
One of my favorite romance stories of all time is that of Anakin and Padme.
Oh my god, this man, he defends the pre-sequels. He defends the pre-sequels.
Dude, they're great. They're amazing. Dude, one of my favorite movies of all time. It is in my top 2.
Misa thinks you were retarded.
One of my top 2 movies, as a matter of fact, it is my number 2 movie, is Revenge of the Sith. Like, it's one of my favorites of all time. Because I feel like that Anakin, one, not only him getting to use his, powers that he's now learning and obtaining from the dark side, but getting to see that conflict in him as a character, because you start to see it a little bit whenever, you know, it's young Anakin and he understands that, you know, he's now, or he does understand his feelings for Padme, knowing that he's in love with them, or not her, but knowing that he can't be with her because of his role in the with the Council of the Jedi won't allow it, so he can't do that. But knowing that he has those feelings all together, and then on top of that, the Chancellor seeing something in him. Whenever you get into the Revenge of the Sith, it's such a good the way that they show the internal conflict in Anakin as a character, not only just as, you know, someone as a Jedi trying to figure out what everything means and how he's going to try and love this woman, and not only that, but be a father, while also trying to do what is most justifiable as the Jedi way is right.
Like kill a bunch of fucking kids. Like just murk them hoes.
He doesn't know where to go, but whenever he has visions of Padme dying, giving childbirth, and he realizes that one of the only ways that he can prevent that from happening is through a power that's obtained through the dark side of the Force. Yeah, he's gonna go with it because that's the mother of his child, and that's his child that's on the line. So
he likes killing children. He should have just killed his kid.
Yeah, no, he straight marked them younglings in the name of saving his wife and his kid.
Oh,
he just straight up there.
Whatever.
Anakin, Lord Anakin.
Either way,
what are we gonna do? There's
story...
too many of them. And then he just straight up just like whips it out and just like, nah, I'm finna decapitate all these young kids.
Whether the love story of it or all of that was any type of worth it, the movies themselves were just not that good story wise. You could like the romance part of it. You could like all of that. I mean, some of the visual effects were pretty cool, but like,
you're wrong.
What? The visual effects?
No, one, the visual effects were great.
Oh,
two,
no.
Okay, no. The early ones, yes. After, like, Yoda pre-CGI, just as a puppet, absolutely horrifying. It was so scary to look at.
Are you kidding me, dude? That's the only way. That is, like, definitive Yoda. That stupid fucking CGI Yoda? Bro. That stupid fucking CGI Yoda? Nah, dog. No.
Dude, CGI Yoda is awesome, especially in the fight where it was Yoda versus, damn it, what's his name?
Mr. Forearms?
No.
No.
Whoa, you back up. That was Obi-Wan Kenobi that fought General Grievous. You better back it right up. No, it's whenever he fought, shit, what's his name? Starts with a G. I'm dumb. Give me a second. I'm gonna look it up and come back to this.
How would you feel if me and everyone was gone one night, and you're alone, and all of a sudden you wake up and you feel something wet on your toes, and you wake up to find there's a burglar in your house sucking on your toes? Just straight on your toes, bro.
If I just woke up and there was a grown man deciding that my toes belonged in his mouth for whatever reason, my initial reaction is probably going to be to rip my toe out of his mouth and replace it with a couple of the knuckles that currently reside on my hand. Because one, why the fuck are you in my house? Two, who the fuck said that my toes can be in your mouth? And three, you better hope, and I mean boy oh boy do you better hope, that my neighbors think that this is a domestic violence abuse thing, decide to call the cops before I murder you for not only being in my house, but touching me without my consent, because it's not a game, people. This is no joke. Don't touch me. I don't go outside. It's dangerous out there.
I don't like people.
I don't like people. Do you know?
I don't like shit.
Bro, you know what's outside? Do you know?
There are plenty of things outside. What
Yeah.
the fuck you mean?
Yeah, there's plenty of shit outside. Like a Donald Trump, like a Hillary Clinton, like a whole bunch of shit that can kill me.
A bunch of people that could suck on my toes.
Exactly. I'm not trying to fuck with that.
Take a wild guess on where this was. Wild guess.
I'm going to either say Alabama or Florida.
Florida.
Of course. Of course.
Police were called to the scene in Bradenton, Florida on Christmas Eve.
It's not even in a
on Christmas Eve. Can you imagine that? It's Christmas is the next day. It's the happiest day of the year. And this man just wants to get his rocks off by sucking on your toes.
Bro.
That's his present, bro. You should just let him have it.
Hey, at that point, like, I don't know. Should my initial reaction be like, does Santa just really want to get off before he makes his last round? Has things been that rough with Mrs. Claus at home that he just, I need to go suck some random toes that'll really get my rocks off? Nope. Mrs. Claus just not doing it for you anymore? Her cookie has gone stale? Is that really what it is?
The intruder, or he told the intruder that he didn't have any money. But the man responded that he didn't want cash and just wanted to suck some toes, according to the police report. They began to fight, the suspect claiming he would pull out a gun from his pants and then started grabbing his genitals. He ended up taking off and smashing his windshield. No arrests have been made. However, the police took swabs of DNA from between the victim's toes. Could you imagine, like, all of this happens, you're traumatized, some dude was just sucking on your toes, you had to fight him, and the police are like, alright, give me your feces, bro, I got a swab in between your toes, if we want to find this dude.
I'm gonna have, I would let the cops do that, but I'd have to ask the cop, like, dude, do you got a cigarette? Because that shit was crazy. So wait, did I tell you about what happened when I went up to Austin to get my car?
Did somebody suck on your toes?
No. We break down on the side of the road after trying to fix my car.
Right.
And while all this is happening, of course, I'm getting a bunch of other bad news relating a certain someone or whatever.
Continue,
but,
continue. Besides the point.
We were sitting there, we break down the side of the road. I'm already having a manic day. I've been beating myself up trying to get this.
Monday.
Oh my god. I've been beating myself up trying to get this car to work, and then it breaks down again. I'm out of cigarettes. I'm losing my mind. Here comes a cop. Pulls right up. Now, don't get me wrong. I have been fortunate enough to run into a lot of cool cops. This one happened to be another. Walks up.
That wasn't cool, or was
no, she was really cool.
Oh, okay.
She walks up and she automatically sees that, like, I am in a manic state, losing my fucking mind over here, and she's just like, "Hey, what's going on?" Sits there, talks to me, talks to Aunt. We're just talking. She's making sure that I'm all right, making sure that we're all good, trying to calm me down before we try and figure out what we're gonna do about my car. And I made a kind of snarky comment, not snarky comment, but I was just bullshitting with Aunt because he broke my last cigarette like 15 minutes before this had happened. And she just whips out a pack of Camel Crushes, and I was just like, my God, woman, you are a fucking saint. Thank you. And she's just like, all right, so, we sit there and we figure out what we're going to do. We're just going to come back in the morning. Well, that's not my first encounter with a kick-ass cop. Granted, I'm a huge advocate. Cops aren't bad people. They just get a lot of bad rep because just like every other profession, there's going to be bad apples in the bunch. Cops aren't bad people. Bad people can just become cops. That's all that it really is. And I've been fortunate enough to run into a lot of the cool ones.
Yeah, but at the same time, I mean, like, it's kind of like an organizational type thing. Not to take away from your story, but, like, there are a lot of good people who protect the bad people just because of the occupation they're in.
And I'm not denying that.
It's like turning a blind eye is still just as bad as, like...
And I'm not denying that, that there are bad people. But you have to understand that, just like every other profession, if you're a police officer and you and your friends notice that there's one specific other police officer that is just like, fuck it, I'm gonna go out today and I'm gonna be the worst kind of person imaginable. I'm gonna make every kind of wrong decision. I'm gonna give the worst possible punishment, or I'm gonna go ahead and plant drugs or weapons onto somebody else just to see them ruin their lives. The other cops that are good people are probably looking at that person thinking, wow, you're a shitty person. But at the same time, with as big as a system and, as a corrupt of a system that we've already created for ourselves, those good cops, it's even harder for them to try and go and make a statement and try and go ahead and push anything for those bad people to get out of it. Because at the current moment, my brother seems to be fighting the same battle out in Louisiana, where there's one or two cops there that are just shitty people. However, the rest of the department has noticed they're shitty people. But with the systems that we've put in place in order to remove people from these kinds of positions, it's become even harder.
Are they white or are they black?
The shitty people?
Yeah.
They're white.
Oh, well, then you can't just kill them. I mean, shit, they're cops. They do it anyway.
Whoa! Whoa! Hold up, man. That's so shit for so many reasons. Oh my. Fuck that. I need to smoke after that. That's ridiculous.
Why? Am I lying, bro? Am I lying?
Yeah.
No. Bro, cops kill black people all the time. There's literally
I'm not
protests
saying they
about
don't.
this.
I'm just saying, like, that goes back on the argument
statistically, they kill a lot more black people than they kill white people.
Statistically, also, there are more black people that kill black people than there are white people that kill black people, or white people that kill white people. Statistically speaking, we can get into statistics and argue numbers all day, but when it comes down to it, these are actual people. They're not numbers. They're
fake news. They are numbers.
No, they aren't. No, people are people. If we try and label people based off numbers and statistics, then all we're gonna do is try and create a generalization or an abnormal amount of people, and say that just because statistically most of y'all are like this, we're gonna view all of you like that. Don't get me wrong. That's kind of how stereotypes work, and stereotypes are great for quite a few reasons. Besides,
wait.
Stereotypes are great for a lot of reasons. Comedic being one of the biggest ones, because you can't tell me that if you ever went to a racial comic where he makes a lot of ethnic jokes, shit doesn't get laughs.
Typically, they'll make jokes about their own race.
Yes, but no different than like.
What are you watching? Fucking blackface shows like Jim Crow?
Okay, so like Gabriel Iglesias, he bought for as a gift for a comedian named G. Riley. He bought him what he considered to be a racist gift basket.
Oh, and, yeah. I heard this.
So like you can make stereotypes into something more positive rather than them be all negative. However, if we go ahead and try and generalize everybody,
but aren't we talking about cops killing black people? How does stereotypes like?
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying statistics. We can argue statistics all day, but if we're just going to base everything based off
but
then
you started talking. That's a different argument, homie. Completely different argument.
Not necessarily. How are stereotypes based? Statistics. That's how most of them go are based off of. Statistically speaking, most black people can't swim.
Whoa!
No, that is a statistical fact. If you don't believe me, go check it. It has been proven. Now, as a joke to play off of, or it was one of Carlos Mencia's jokes, why do you think that they aren't, most of them can't swim well, but they can run faster than all of us? Well, maybe because every time they wanted to get into the pool, we would chase them away. But statistically speaking, if we go back and check, these stereotypes, they're 90% of the time they're true. Stereotypes are more or less fall based off of statistics. However, I think that it's fucked up to generalize one group of people based off the statistics that are given by them. Don't get me wrong.
I'm a white guy with long hair. Do I do drugs?
Yes.
Fuck.
My point. I'm a dude that has tattoos, has gauges, and has bleached blonde hair.
Are you a fuckboy? Yes.
Well, hold on.
Do you work at a smoke shop? You did.
I've worked at several. I have hand tattoos. Am I a parental disappointment?
Yes.
Probably. Sorry, Mom.
Well, I mean, they're kind of not there, but...
No, dude, okay, so I posted a picture.
Bro, did you come a man just then?
No. I posted a picture of my hand tattoos, and a normal parent's response to their child getting hand tattoos would be like, why would you do that? Not, we support you and we believe in you, but why would you get hand tattoos? Just, kind of... No parent wants to see their kid cross that threshold. Because, don't get me wrong, I want to be a tattoo artist, but it's still a very big step. I get my knuckles tattooed, and they're each of the, they're Nordic runes for the initials of all my siblings and both step parents and both my biological parents. My mother's comment on there was, which letter's mine? Explain to her which one's hers. And then she loses her mind and explains to me how she's in tears because I just made her day and how it's such a beautiful sentiment. And I'm still standing there at work blown away that my mother is not only supportive of me tattooing my hands, but it's such an emotional movement for her that she is so over the moon with joy about it. What kind of parent, don't get me wrong, love you, Mom, but what kind of parents just yes, do things that's gonna make it harder for your future life as an adult? Whoa. I'm sorry. I wonder if I showed up to Thanksgiving with just fucking shit written underneath each one of my eyelids, if she'd be like, oh my God, they make your eyes pop, mijo. Oh my God, it's such an eccentric, just adding to your face. I love it. I really wonder these things about my family.
Yeah, and then you look at my family, and they're just fucking crazy.
I don't even get me started,
bro. So, digressing from this topic real quick. So one of the things, we're not quite gonna do it yet, but it's called the Get Throwed podcast. We're gonna have some drinks on the podcast. There might be some other things on the podcast. However, one of the ideas that we have is doing a drink of the week, making us some type of alcoholic drink and seeing how it is. Currently, we just have 2 beers. I got a lawnmower, and he has a Shiner Bock s'mores. St. Arnold's lawnmower. Thank you very much.
The Shiner is not necessarily bad. However, I'm extremely happy it's seasonal because they're going to get just enough of my money every season to be like, all right, that's fun. Because I'm going to probably buy a 6-pack every time it comes around. Because every time it comes around, I'm going to try and convince myself, nah, maybe it was a little bit better. It wasn't too bad. Nah, it's going to be complete ass every time. Because, don't get me wrong. They're good. However, you get done with the taste of it about halfway through the beer.
On the opposite end of the spectrum, lawnmowers are fucking awesome. If you've never had one, you should try it out. Speaking of that, try this lawnmower.
I don't think I'm going to like it.
Bro, just try it.
What is it?
A fucking lawnmower? I don't know. It's a beer, dude.
German style Kolsch.
It's not an IPA, I can tell you that.
It would say IPA on it because
And because every IPA has to shove it in your face and beat it down your throat that they are an IPA, even though that is probably not something you ever want to shove in someone's face because all IPAs are complete garbage.
I can just hear all of the beer connoisseurs just like all at the same time. What do you think?
Just as garbage as I thought it'd be.
Bro, it's good. Don't even.
No, it's bad.
You're trash.
It's bad. It's so nasty that it's made me not even want to drink beer for the rest of the night. Congratulations.
Well, I'll happily take your half.
Well, in that case, can you reach inside that fridge and give me my half?
What the fuck's in there? Oh, no.
Yeah.
So here's another article. I'll be real. I thought this article was going one way.
Bitch be for real?
Bitch be for real. I thought it was going one way, but in fact it's going the opposite way that I thought. So there's not much arguing to it. However, after reading it, there is one thing that kind of left me like, ugh. So the title of the article is called Supreme Court Won't Consider Topless Bans. So the way that I took this as is that, they're not going to consider removing a topless ban. You know what I'm saying? However, it turns out, group with the motto "Free the Nipple." I'm very familiar with this group. I support them wholeheartedly in a non-sexual and purely supporting way. Basically, this chick was doing yoga in New Hampshire in like 2016, but she was topless and they arrested her. So then, like the next day, two people were like, "Oh hell, fucking nah, we're gonna go out there with our titties out," and they got arrested too. Lo and behold. So, long story short, they sat there and said that it was. What did they say? All three challenged their convictions, arguing that topless bans are discriminatory because men can appear in public without their shirts. The bans also further the sexual objectification of women, according to their legal brief. So, this dude sits there and fights them. He spends like $300,000 fighting them, and then removes the law from its public nudity stature. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. However, this is it's the very last sentence that gets me to go, the prohibition on public exposure of breasts by women and girls over 10 years old is no longer on the city's books.
That's fucked.
Yeah. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, girls, or not girls.
Don't get me wrong, like, I am all for support of, if you want to do that, by all means go ahead. Don't get me wrong. Like, I get it to a certain degree because if you follow a nudist colony, like, yeah, that is your lifestyle. That is your family's lifestyle. You want to raise your kids to do that. That's fine. However, in the sense of there are fucked off people out there that enjoy the aspect and the thought of children.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's fuel to their fire, and I don't already like these people. I'm not trying to make it legal for them to walk around and be like, you see that little one over there?
Well, I mean, you got to think of it like, okay, think of this, right? Now, like, there are babies and, like, small children, like, 4, 3, 5-year-olds. And, like, the little girls will go around and not wear tops and shit like that. And, like, I don't see a problem with that. They're babies, right? I mean, in my family, it has happened numerous times with the baby girls. They just go out on the beach and they just have fun with the guys. But now it's saying over 10 years old. Now, over 10 years old is whenever you start to get into that I'm changing phase. Like, before that, I mean, granted, they're still just little girls. And then they go through I'm changing phase. And then that still constitutes, like, 14, 15, 16-year-old girls, like high school girls and middle school girls, just being completely fucking topless out in public. And I mean, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I want to oppress these women or oppress these girls from doing what they want. But at the same time, I mean, there's like you said, there are people who will find pleasure in that, and I mean, I guess granted, there are people who are gonna find pleasure in looking at the adults naked too, or not naked, but topless too. But
Yeah, I'm one of those people.
well, yeah, exactly. I mean, granted, we're guys. We're gonna look at
Don't
the
get me wrong,
women,
and I don't mean
the
that.
women.
I'm not gonna, sit here and
I don't. For any woman that hears this and they're, oh well, you get offended because he's gonna find pleasure in looking at, topless women of older age. Yeah, I'm sorry if that offends you, but I'm not gonna see you topless out in public and make it a point to run up to you and be like, oh my god, your tits are nice. Oh my god, I love your tits. I'm not gonna run up and tell you that.
Yeah, but we're gonna look and be like,
Yeah, I'll probably I'll see you from across the street with your just boobs hanging out, and I'll be like, hey bro,
look at those.
you see those tits? Nice. I'm not, it's not to, subjectify or, objectify or belittle women. Like, I don't mean to do anything of that nature, but, like, if you have nice tits, I'm going to look. If you have bad-looking tits, I'm gonna look. Because I believe this is one of the truest statements ever made. Happiness will be the end of all things evil in this world. And you cannot tell me that if you've ever looked at a pair of tits and not just been like, nice. It's a happy moment when you see a bare chest of a woman. Or the bare chest of a really big man, for that matter.
Free the nipple.
Free the nipple, bro.
Free the nipple, bro.
Let me. Cleavage is nice and all, but I don't want to look at half of an apple. I want to look at the whole apple.
The whole apple?
The whole apple.
Oh, yeah.
I want to bite into it. Yeah.
So, this is the last article that I have, but I saved the absolute best for last, dude. Oh my god, this is fucking awesome. A Kansas man asked judge to allow him to have a sword fight with his ex-wife.
Oh yeah, I heard something about this.
The plaintiff also asked the judge for 12 weeks' time so he could secure Japanese samurai swords. Bro, this story is fucking lit. He asked an Iowa judge to let him engage in a sword fight with his ex-wife and her attorney so that he can rend their souls from their bodies, bro. He's doing some straight Sekiro type shit. Dude's name, Kansas, said in January 3rd court filing that his former wife and her attorney, again skipping names, had destroyed him legally. They had disputes over custody and visitation issues, property tax payments, stuff like that. Apparently, they completely fucked him over. And the judge had the power to let the parties resolve our disputes on the field of battle legally. Adding in his filing, or the guy said, adding in his filing that a trial by combat has never been explicitly banned or restricted as a right in the United States. He asked for 12 weeks' time so he could get the swords. His motion filed in Shelby Court District, or County District Court, stemmed from his frustrations with his ex-wife's attorney. I think I've met with the attorney's absurdity with my own absurdity, he said, adding that his former wife could choose the attorney to act as her champion. So this man just straight up just wants to fucking murk this attorney.
Wait. So she can opt to say like, so you're my lawyer. You're also gonna go out here and fight to the death for me. I don't care how much money I'm fixing to make on this case. I'll do it for free. You're gonna give me the option to go in there and murder someone with a sword? Oh, buddy, I have so much pent-up angst and anger, not only at fucking daddy issues, but just at life in the world that is a shit place altogether. Buddy, I'm fixing to go in here and just take out my hate for the world on you in just a matter of seconds. And it's going to be done through the court of law. Fuck you. Fuck Law and Order. I'm fixing to murder you.
Bro, that'd be the sickest episode of Judge Judy ever. Could you imagine?
I do have to ask that whenever I walk into the ring, can we have the theme song for Law and Order SVU play? Dude, I'm fixing to go in there and just murder somebody.
So the lawyer argued in his legal response that because a duel could end in death, such ramifications likely outweigh those of property tax and custody issues. He asked the judge to reject the request for a trial by combat. So the judge said in his own filing Monday that he won't be issuing a decision anytime soon, citing irregularities with both sides' motions and responses until the proper procedural steps to initiate a court proceeding are followed. This court will take no further action concerning any motion, objection, or petition filed by either party at this time, the judge said. So it could happen. Is what I'm hearing. Is that this is a definite thing that 100% could happen.
That's gotta be legendary, dude. This has gotta go.
Bro,
we get this sponsored by ESPN.
Huh?
Can we get this sponsored by ESPN?
Dude, but we can go straight to the fucking, like, rice fields, bro. Have them, like, on some actual samurai shit. Fucking get, put them in, like, traditional robes. I don't know what they're called.
This is gonna be lit. This is gonna be what dreams are made of.
Bro, they could hold, like, a festival. Like, this could be, like, the next fucking Coachella, bro.
Oh my... Bro, EDC plus the legal dispute of sword fighting. Winner takes literally everything in the divorce and the other person's life.
No, straight up. I'm not joking when I say this. One case once a year should be disputed like this. One case should be disputed by a trial by combat to the fucking death. And and we could televise it like the motherfucking Hunger Games, bro. Can you imagine how much money would be made doing this shit?
Oh my god. It'd be ridiculous. Pay-per-view would make a fucking killing.
I mean, a lot of like obviously a lot of people are going to be like, "Yep, time to go to battle."
Well, not only that, like okay, so speaking of pay-per-view, and I don't mean to change topics on you, but I do want to take a moment to acknowledge that Conor McGregor is making his first fight back into the UFC after being suspended for so long because of him throwing a chair through the window of Khabib's bus. He is now going to fight a gentleman that goes by the name Cowboy, which Cowboy holds the record for the most wins and most finishes ever. Conor McGregor still holds the record for the world's fastest knockout, being 13.2 seconds into round one, just left hand jawline down like a sack of potatoes, this motherfucker. I am so stoked because on top of that, like Conor McGregor, I've been watching and keeping up with his vlog about it. He's, feeling better than he has before. He's, he's like, everything's going just right. Everything's going in the works of the motion. Cowboy is no slouch himself. The motherfucker is bad and has earned those, his reputation without a shadow of a doubt. The proof is in the pudding. He's shown what he's made of. And these two have been at each other's throats since long before Conor got suspended. And I'm finally happy to see it. I was almost just as happy to see... I'm happier to see this fight, but I was almost as happy whenever it was Holly Holmes versus Cyborg. That was a great fight. However, Conor McGregor is a relentless man, and he is a true blue southpaw. Cowboy's going to go in there, and then he keeps saying he's going to bring the, center of the ring, bring the fight to Conor and, get him while he's up. I don't think that's what he wants to do, because Conor McGregor, don't get me wrong, they're both good at standing and, beating one another. Conor's left hand is remarkable. I'm scared.
You know that. I don't give a shit, bro.
Okay, give a shit or not. This shit's it's fascinating to me because you know me. I enjoy fighting not only for the sport of it, but just the adrenaline rush and it is. I not just because I like to hurt somebody, but there's a lot that goes into the sport itself. The training of the person. These people are refining themselves like they're creating a whole nother kind of weapon. These people's hands, for the most part, are registered legal weapons capable of murder and killing someone. They can't just go out onto the street and hit somebody because they smacked their wife. They hit that person, bro, they're going to prison.
Bull fucking shit, bro.
No.
No. I'm saying there's obviously a fucking self-defense area.
Yes, self-defense. Once your hands become legal weapons, the only way that you are allowed to hurt and throw a punch and defend yourself is just in that. When you are defending your life, or after, and this is the law, after they've hit you once and are going for a second, then you can hurt them. Other than that, no, because anytime you go to punch somebody with your hands after they've been registered legal weapons, anytime that you do that, it automatically, once it goes to court, even if it's in a self-defense trial, the case that is brought up against you, now, whether you're defending it with self-defense or not, is assault with a deadly weapon. At the minimum. That is the minimum charge you're getting. Because your hands are now registered weapons. You can't get around that. If you killed that person, whether it be in granted, you're getting assault with a deadly weapon. However, it's into self-defense. You go to that, go to court, explain to them, look, I was defending myself, but, I had to do what I had to do to protect my life. Okay, reasonable. You pass it, and you get self-defense. But regardless, because your hands are now, you've been trained to that level, it's no different than if Chase were to come out of the military. The man's been by military trained how to kill someone. He can't just go hurt someone.
Does the Army have to register their hands as lethal weapons? No.
No.
Despite what you hear in the movies about people having registered deadly weapons as hands and feet, that doesn't happen. Most states don't even require you to register a firearm.
Yeah, no. I didn't say, granted, yes, I am saying that, Chase can't do it. Chase can't do it because he's been trained by the military. His hands aren't registered weapons. Your hands become registered weapons after a certain point, most of the time after you get golden gloves. Once you have golden gloves, yes, you have to. By the boxing committee, you are required to. Your hands have literally hurt so many people so many times so well.
Everything about this Google search says that you are dead fucking wrong.
You wanna let me see it,
bro? We can discuss that later. Either way, moving on. This is about the end. We're about to wrap up. We've passed the hour mark. I'm Pink. That's Butters. This is the Throwed Podcast. Currently, We're going to set up our social medias and stuff like that. We'll put it down in the description. Eventually, we might get a Patreon or move on to different shit. Who knows what we'll be talking about next week or what we'll have planned. Maybe we won't have shit planned. Maybe we'll fucking put on a goddamn play. Who fucking knows? All I know for now is that it's been nice talking, and we hope that you'll join us next time. Peace.